Kaysha, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Oof. Listen, I'm a person that I see far away, but I learn to not see myself in 10 years. I prefer working on where I want to be in 10 years. But I know that life takes you in places that you don't really envisioned. What is more important for me is making sure that the actions of today generates the blessings of tomorrow. So in 10 years, I see myself even more blessed and making even more money than today. And probably in Portugal, unless I change countries, and you know, enjoying my kids, enjoying enjoying maybe the results of my investments of today, and probably investing in brand new things, movies, documentaries, stuff like that. I really want to do a documentary about my life, but I really, so in this thing, like, you know, when you want to do a documentary about your life, and I would also love to do a documentary about my father's life, and interviews about, like, you know, like Africa, like Congo in general, because it's interesting how we are in a country where every time somebody's in power, people hate them. And when they leave power, people want to pretend they didn't exist. And I believe that there's a space for reconciliation where we reconcile with our history, the good things and the bad things, not just hate people. Like, hey, listen, this guy was there, he's there. Like, have statues about all our leaders, all the people who counted in our countries, name streets after them. Those things, I believe that we have to embrace. And Africans, it's hard for them to embrace that, but I think we have to embrace the people that were there before. And even if, like, you know, some people like them, some people don't like them. Listen, it's the same in every country. Some people liked some politicians, and some others didn't like them, but they all agree that this is part of history. We have to learn to be like that. So I believe that I really want to be able to do a documentary about these things in Congo, but in artistically, I want to do a documentary about me. I want to do a documentary about Kizomba, Zouk, Kompa, and I also want to do a documentary about Congolese music, rumba, origins, etc. And for that, you have two ways to go. You can either invest in the documentary yourself, which is the way I want to go. This is why I'm waiting for my investments to generate enough money for me to invest my own money in the documentary, so I can be in control of the narrative and not have a sponsor decide what they want me to talk about, which is something I don't want to. So this is one way. Or maybe you can go to Netflix or one platform and tell them, listen, this is the thing I want to do, and they tell you, hey, here's the money. So those are things I want to do. I also want to start investing in the Congolese cinema, and I believe that in African cinema in general, I believe that there's a lot of content that is made by, for example, the Koreans. When you see series like Squid Games and all these series, and you see how these series are amazing. Like, you have a Colombian series, you have even have Portuguese ones now. The Spanish are doing a lot of amazing content on Netflix, and the Nigerians, so those platforms are really investing in English-speaking content from Africa. But the French-speaking countries, they don't have like an amazing series like Squid Games, or what's the name of this one? La Casa del Papel, for example, that is Spanish, or Squid Games from Korea, and everybody watches those shows worldwide because of platforms like Netflix that are worldwide. But there's no Congolese or Senegalese or like I don't know, Cameroonese, or a great series, for example, of 10 episodes that is really well done that is shot in the right way with, like, you know, quality content that costs to do, and that is that goes out on Netflix and explodes in the world. Like, we don't have this. We have amazing series full of white people doing this. We have amazing series of Spanish or Latin or Asian people. We have a lot of great content, but we don't have our stuff that, like, not only is amazing but is watched by everybody. And I would love to be part of a project like that. Something that when, like, you know, when it comes out, it just takes over the world, and every actor that would be there just becomes a superstar, etc., etc. And I believe that it's really a question of doing quality work without letting yourself, like, go too fast and be like, oh, it's fine. No, take the time to lécher ça à la perfection. And I think is some ambitious project that I'm interested in.